What is up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Chris Tagger, the average guy. Whatever you want to call me, I don't care. Just keep it nice. But I forgot to tell you what happened on Christmas night. I don't even know how to explain exactly what just happened. So, weather was a little bad here in Fargo. It started to rain down ice pretty good. Not very good driving conditions at all. So I headed home early from the Christmas night with the family. It was like 11:30 at night or so. I was sitting down watching Parks and Recreation. By the way, fantastic show. If you have not seen it, it is on Netflix right now. Go out and just binge it. It's fantastic. But 11:30 rolls around at night, and I hear what I could only describe in my head at the time as snowplows. But backstory here, the apartment complex that I live in, they don't like to plow at all. So I'm thinking, why on Christmas night of all nights is somebody out there plowing? So I walk over to my balcony, I open up my sliding door, walk out. And lo and behold, it's not plows at all. Some moron had just crashed into the garages. I don't even know how it's possible. We don't have that big of a parking lot. You can't go that fast in any direction. Yet someone managed to go 5 miles an hour and plow right into these garages. And that, folks, is why you don't drink and drive, because stuff like this happens. Some moron will crash into your garages. Luckily, that end garage was actually supposed to be my garage, but I opted out of it. So thank God my car was not in there at that time, because that would have just sucked. I was underground. Nice, safe, cozy underground parking. Fantastic. Then later, about 15 minutes later, I hear out of the hallway, because I'm in a corner unit in my apartment complex, these two people arguing back and forth. I can't even tell you what the woman is saying. She is so inaudible because she was frantic and obviously drunk. The guy sounds like King What's-Her-Forever, his name is, from Wreck-It Ralph. I can't even do a voice to describe that. I could try, but I would totally fail. And it is just a hilarity at that point in time. But I thought to myself, that guy's just a moron. How does that even happen? So in my head, I can't tell that story. I got to come up with my own 5 stories that I think are better than that one, and I want your guys' help. So I'm going to give you 5 different scenarios that I chose that actually happened to these garage doors up here, and I want you guys to write in the comments what you think a good story would be to tell. So let me go ahead and just start with story number 1. Now let's some backstory here. Somebody may keep some venison, some deer, smoked ham they store in their garage. So you got this fat guy in the scooter. Now I can say fat guy in a scooter because I am fat. I don't have a scooter, but I can say that. Skinny people, not so much. But this hero, fat guy in the scooter, tried to get in there and get that ham and get that venison, and he just slid nonstop, and his weight, momentum, just kind of crashed the whole garages. So for me, fat guy in the scooter, number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list, I'm going to go ahead and say that there was a real-life version of Snowy Mario Kart going on that night. Donkey Kong threw a banana. Mario, whoever spun out of hand, ran right into those garage doors. At least that makes a little more sense than the moron that actually crashed into them. Along those same lines, let's just go ahead and say a NASCAR race was going in Fargo, North Dakota on Christmas night. Jeff Gordon nudged Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Stewart somewhat a little bit too fast. Bam! Right into the garage doors. Again, a more likely scenario than the moron that actually crashed into them. Let's say number 4. If you don't know anything about Fargo, North Dakota, we have the worst zoo in the nation. I am pretty sure of it. We have blind bald eagles. We have otters that are never there. We have cows and donkeys. That's essentially our zoo. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we got a bull on loan from some better zoo that just didn't like our dumb zoo and escaped, saw red, I think maybe the ham was red for him, and rammed right into these. So I'm going to go number 4. A bull just ran into those doors. Again, more explainable than the moron that crashed into them 5 miles an hour. And last but not least, let's keep it with the Wreck-It Ralph theme. Let's just say that the real-life Wreck-It Ralph jumped out of the video game, hopped over to my garage doors, and just started smashing the shit out of them. Pardon my language, but that's what happened. Again, more explainable than the moron that ran into him. But that's basically it. As you can tell, I'm a little bit jacked because it happened right outside my door. I could have been there. Someone could have been there. That's just nonsense. But anyway, that's my Christmas crash story. Now I want to hear your scenarios. So go ahead, drop in the comments. Let me know what you think is a good story for what happened to those. Keep it short. I'll pick a winner and I'll kind of animate a scenario of how that happened. But this is Chris Tagger, the average guy. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. Comment for sure of what you think actually happened in those garages. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. This is Chris Tagger, the average guy. You guys have a good rest of your day. And as always, you take care.